Chapter 1, ladies. Welcome back to part 2 of What If Deku Swap Bodies with All for One. So, in the first one that I went over from born to getting kidnapped to like had Zuko thrown All for One that was in Zuko's body off of the cliff and off the building and ends up plummeting to his death. And then he does all that stuff. So now, where we left off, it was during the overhaul thing. So, Overhaul is about to kill Zumi. he and Ares by just stepping on him. But then Zuko does he runs in, he grabs Zumi and Ares, and ran all the way back to there as he runs around as All for One or as Zuko beats around All for One with enough force. Every blow wasn't holding back. As he got thrown around, as he needed to take his anger out on somebody. So, yeah, Zuko, because his chances of becoming a pro hero thing, or just a normal citizen, and have been shot down by All for One and his gag thing, he had a quirk of Twitch. He could switch himself with anyone else. So then Zuko is really, really upset. As the first user of One for All, and says, how do you feel about that? They're taking your anger out on a villain. Well, it feels good to relieve some stress, but it's just, it burns me when I had to do that. There was no other option. As the first user of One for All, and I'm going to tell you why he can talk to One for All, the first user, without without gaining One for All quirk, is that because Zuko accessed All for One's memories, So the All for One's brother looked at him, right then and there. Yeah. So then he, he yeah. And the so many people that he met, like the first user of One for Alls, they gave him approval as he gains their trust. So yeah, so everyone's hopes and dreams, like everyone that were like basically everyone that he met and that had the like quirks get put into him. Everyone's hopes and dreams of becoming like a hero. Everyone gains the their or his, so all of them fused into one. Like there are quirks and powers fused into one called the Omega Savior. Yeah, the Omega Savior is yeah is a suitable quirk for Zuko because his powers of infinity and zero, and he uses like, so the quirk allows him to do everything. Like he can, but instead of calling the like black whips, he is called, or it's called light whips of the heavens, and yeah. So yeah, he's basically evolved so many powers that he could be a anime gun. As yeah, as he then when the time progressed, All for One, or no, Overhaul was getting beat around like a little ragdoll. Zuko was winning, and of course, Zumi was like, she's a professional pro hero thing, or like pro hero, still a student, but yeah. So then they do that stuff, and she's wondering why didn't he just kill him or kill her. But then when she looked at, they see the more powerful version of Zuko, who's standing, ending right in front of all or Overhaul. I almost said All for One. Sorry, I keep saying that. And he says that at the normally I am gonna take you into custody. The you and your comrades. As they both, or so he puts a hand on Overhaul's head, and Zuko, like, separates those back into I don't know how many people. So, yeah. So let's say there's 5. Anyway, Overhaul would be 1, and then the other 4. So, yeah. Zuko, who says that the that all that guilt, um, um. So Zumi, I heard that you're the still a top student in class 1A. As his sister didn't realize, as Sir Night Eye says, huh, well, you're a sight for sore eyes. As Sir Night Eyes walks over, and he placed a hand on him. As he tells him that I see that he, all that guilt thing, like he told his, sorry, I'm itching my eye real quick, so basically he basically ends up says yeah, and the I kind of feel bad for her as he tells like Sir Night Eyes and Eraserhead that, or actually Eraserhead left early before, so he, or of course Eraserhead, or actually Sir Night Eyes tells him that what do you, or you did, I know under normal circumstance that would be like classifies you as a villain, but you were trying to get your body back, right? Yes. It's being in that body is like no thank you. So, but killing All for One and still sometimes haunts me, sometimes, but it doesn't bother me that much. And that what he said. As Ochako and Tenya wants to know what All for One said to Zuko quietly. As All for One, after he, of course, this is what when All for One was falling, that was in like my body thing, and he looked up at me, and he quietly told me, "Thank you." As he starts to, oh, very much, and yeah, as it's as of or Sir Night Eyes says, he's long gone. on the... You're okay. Yeah. Huh? And I thought that, and the... As his sister wants to know why that he never came home. As Zuko told her that he didn't want to go home is because he had so much guilt. He doesn't want to share it with his mother, and that's the other thing. As he tells her that he thought his or their parents were dead, and that's what I thought. Okay. As Zumi walks over and gives him a hug, as he tells, or as she tells him that they're still alive. Him, eh? The, but the, of course, or so yeah, as everyone from class 1A except for Bakugo and Todoroki, okay, was like, yeah, we're all good, okay, and plus All for One is no more, not in this world anymore, so you're pretty much safe for, yeah. He, as Zuko says, I worry about you all. That's why I never made it home for the last 3 days. As his sister's like, yeah, I could tell that he, but you really had us spooked out when you got killed thing, or we all thought All for One threw your body off of the tallest building, and yeah. So Zuko ends up, says, yeah, but turns out it's the Uno reverse thing. Like, I was in All for One's body, and yeah. But I did had a talk with him the second day. Um, um, that I t- so he told me that he wanted someone to kill him, um, so that he could finally rest in peace. As one, or let's say Tenya says, so he chose you to swap with his body, honey, and then you want your body back, huh? Thing, right? And but instead you killed him. Yeah. the Tenya, or actually, no, said that. And Zuko says, yeah, that's true. As Tenya, or of course, or Choco could tell that he had no other choice. And it's, and you please change the subject before I start crying them or tearing them. So how would we? Hey, let's go back home. Hey, to see. As Zuko flies in, as Zumi didn't realize that he could fly. Is this like in the equivalent to what he did? Rewarded him with like. So yeah, he flies over, and Zuko, lands, and Zumi walks in first, as the, of course, his sister catches him up on like, oh, the father was, after you got killed, he went on a drinking spree, and he starts to hit the mother. And yeah, in the, yeah, as she also tells him that if the, of course, how drunk he was, or how, because after Zuko died, Sashi went up drinking and abusing Inko, who, and yeah, spanking her butt, and as in the background, Inko is saying, "Please, no, no, no," as a drunken Asashi pulls down Inko's pants and starts like spanking her on the butt 3 times as hard. And he goes insane. Yeah. So the Inko felt like violated thing, like her was hurting kind. So then he, or of course, then Zumi comes up like, what the heck are you doing, father? Oh, the. I'm. No, I can't believe the Zuko is dead and took up drinking, abusing your mother for Zuko. As Zuko, or as Zumi says, well, I have a special guest gonna come in. You might actually like him. Is it like your boyfriend? No, something that has been in the family. As I'm on in as a guy or the same height, like 15-year-old kid comes in and and when Asashi looked unked at him as he says, parents, or of course this is what she says to him, that the or that what Zumi said to Asashi and Inko, that you heard about the his death, but he didn't actually die. This is actual him. He moment then as he isn't wearing a wig or anything like that. Actual him. As he comes into a living room, he sat down. Um, as yeah, Inko couldn't sit down because her butt was spanked so many times. Yeah. So Asashi was like already too drunk. So he so Zuko tells him a whole real story of what really happened to him. That the All for One and and hook or switched my body with his and all that stuff. Oh, as Asashi's eyes widen, as they knew that the yeah. So Zuko tells him that sorry the and what creeps me out was the yeah. One thing that creeps me out, as the Zuko says, was when about All for One. You know what he said before he died? As Asashi says, no, but go ahead. He said thank you. For what? For killing him? As Zumi says, yeah, the he got forced to no, he got forced to become or had someone to kill him to end his pain and suffering. As Asashi looks up Um, as he nods his head, as like he agrees, as he gets up, he waddles like because how drunk he is or was. The side effects are still. So he walks up, hugs his own son as he apologizes. And says, and there's one other thing that the quirk doctor didn't realize at first. First, before her. And Zuko had the paper things because the quirk doctor told him that about he has a he didn't realize that the outer shell of like basically Zuko's body was like container. So it basically like it's basically like how Eraserhead raised his quirks, but Zuko hid his quirk inside of his soul. If you really think about it. So his power and then once as he shows the papers as Inko was as she looks at them and her eyes start or actually her Sashi's eyes and Inko's eyes went wide as like dinner plates. Like their eyes are just like what Zumi's eyes were, like way wider than that. Like here, from here all the way down. Like her draws went all the way down. Yeah, that's what they did. As they said, "What? You had a quirk the entire time, Aim?" And the quirk doctor. Wait, so quirk doctor lied to you about being quirkless, right? How in the heck is your body like shielded the quirk from the sensor? As as Zuko says, I have no idea. Um, as Inko and Asashi actually are happy that they both have quirks. Or they had the quirk son and the quirk daughter. So as Inko tells Asashi that the the life full of surprises. So this family has full of surprises. Yeah. So then, so the drinking part, the like, like his, or so, yeah. So All Might, and it was finally time for All Might to show up. So he shows up. He wanted to talk to Zuko. As Zuko and Inko, or actually Asashi and Inko and Zumi left, as All Might first All Might tells him that he's sorry for not realizing it was you, not the All for One, and because of the body switch. And Zuko says, "It's okay. Hey, I did not hurt you, right? Hey, yeah, man, that like throwing your body off of the building kind of got Apedia pumped up. Um, so, but why um, as Zuko, as All Might was like, and him were talking about little situation thing, as Zuko finally said, All Might, if you had a chance to kill All for One, would you do it if there was a chance? As All Might looked confused of why Zuko said that, as he basically tells him with a straight face. As All Might says, well, yeah, because, or why do you ask? Well, me and me and All for One, and had a talk thing, and after he died, the and Zuko shows him as All Might is a little bit surprised that Zuko can live that long. Yeah, so as he says, okay, yeah, the since after having that big spike going through my chest, and I might fill it in when I get a chance. So Zuko says the All for One's dying words before he landed on that spike with my body thing. He told me, "Thank you." And then when I was in the dream thing, he told me that that All for One, or no, All Might, or you All Might couldn't do it, and but he wants someone to do it, just pull a trigger onto his life. As Zuko was basically looks at All Might, so that's why as All Might is like, so you're saying that the Zuko, or that the All for One thanks you for killing him, like pull the trigger. Yes, it's. I didn't want to do it either, but my gut told me that it ended there right then and there. So yeah, as All Might looks at him, um, with like something like that face, as he says, the I know that the as he says, I know that it wasn't your fault, Zuko. And he asked you, like he knew that you were gonna kill him. Um, um, yeah. After that, that's a one strange looking fella. Yeah. So, yeah. So he he wants to, because he tells him that Zuko, or actually All Might knows that, or actually let's say Nezu was there with All Might, and Nezu says I see, so that the I know that it's actually not your fault, Zuko. You're just a victim, and you wanted the your body back, and yeah, so you're okay, and no need to like turn yourself into these authorities, because we know that the you had, or you try to try, or you listen to your gut. That's how I always sometimes do. Listen to my gut. And then all that stuff. Yeah. But then he says, how would other people feel about me? I'm more worried about the, everyone that was, that saw that. Oh, no need to worry. It's the, everyone knows that name, that you were, or of course, they, of course, heck, the one of the news people recorded the entire conversation about how he was a victim of having his body swapped with a all for one symbol of peace, or no, symbol of evil, sorry, and ends up um and so everyone un when it played, everyone felt so bad for Zuko, as Bakugo walks up to Zuko, and instead of punching him or explosion him, or tells him that he, or deku thing. The basically Zuko tells him that they kind of felt bad for him, but he instead he hugs him, and like, yeah, as there's one thing, hing, hing, so sorry about that. So yeah, so Bakugo was basically strong minded, and yeah, so, and yeah, so Hingen's also Hingen's married to the Ochako for her kindness, and Rinko from Class 1B. And they had 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls from both mothers. So, yeah. So now this is the end of the what if. So please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment, do all that fun stuff. And go check out part 1 before this video home, so to get a full details. So, bye.